Hello, boys and girls. This science unit, we're going to be talking about force, motion, and energy. When we talk about force, motion, and energy, we're going to need to know two very important vocabulary words. One is position. And the position of an object is described by locating it relative to another object or the background. What that means is, if you look at the picture below, you see three objects. You see a tree, a duck, and a cat. And we know that those three objects are there. However, if we're describing to someone else where the position of each of those objects are, we're going to have to use another object to help describe its position, where it's located. For example, I can't just tell you that there's a duck in this picture. There is, but that doesn't give you the position of the duck. However, I could use the tree to help you know where the duck is. I could say the duck is in front of the tree. Notice I use the words in front. That is what we call relative location. We're using specific words to describe the position of an object. I could say the duck is beside the cat. Notice the word beside of is a relative location word. I could say the duck is to the left of the cat. To the left of is also relative location. Notice how I had to use the tree and the cat to describe to you where the duck was located. If I'm looking at the cat, I could say that the cat is beside the duck. Or I could get a little more specific and say the cat is to the right of the duck. We can describe an object's position by using words like under, near, to the east of, behind, to the right of, and many more. Take a look at this picture. There's a lot of things happening in this picture. I need to use my position words and relative location words to describe to you where an object is. For example, locate the worm with your eye, or the caterpillar. Do you see it? If I don't describe the caterpillar's position relative to another object, you're not going to be able to know exactly where in the picture it is without seeing the picture. So, for example, if I say that the caterpillar is on top of the blackboard, the words on top describe where you can look to find that caterpillar. If I say the caterpillar is to the right of the clock, to the right of, I described to you where that caterpillar was. The apple in the picture, I could say the apple is under the desk, or the apple is in front of the bag. Think about it. How could you describe to someone who is not looking at the picture where the flag is? Maybe you could say the flag is above the teacher. Notice the words above, under, beside, below, to the right of, to the left of. All of those words are helping me to describe the position of the objects relative to another object. The next vocabulary word that we're going to be looking at is motion. Motion is described as an object's direction and speed. How do things move? What directions do objects move? Well, they can move up, down, forward, backwards, or side to side. How do we know something has moved? By looking at objects around it that have not moved. Those objects that have not moved are called point of reference. If you look at this picture, in the first picture, you see the road, the grass, the sky and clouds, the sign, and the girl who appears to be walking down the road. We know by looking at the second picture that she's moved. She's moved forward. How do we know that? Well, the sign stayed the same. It did not move. It's still stuck in the grass. So we're going to use that sign as a point of reference. And since the girl has moved in the second picture, we know that something has moved because the sign is that point of reference.